chaotic, and it has changed my life. I've been a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Thousands most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Welcome back. It is officially the 20th episode of Jaja's Atelier. It's been one hell of a week. I had to take a little bit of a hiatus. I have my desk here. I have a martini, dirty, shaken, not stirred, for this special occasion. I just want to thank all of my subscribers and all of the people that watch and leave comments and message me during the week about the episode and give me ideas. Huge shout out to my cousin Sophia. Girl, I got all the same hangers now. And just everybody that's been supporting me. It's been one hell of a ride. And here's to infinity more episodes of Jaja's Atelier. Let's get into some of these hot topics, honey, because there's a whole lot of them we gonna get to today. Ooh. So, the CFDA Awards was earlier this week. It was kind of quiet. I didn't see a whole lot of major celebrity like I saw in the recent years. I don't know what the reason for that was. The category that I was most excited about actually was the Designer of the Year, which came with a little bit of controversy. The nominees were Daniel Lee for Burberry. Also, we have Jonathan Anderson for his line Loewe, Matthew Blasi for Bottega Veneta, Sarah Burton for her last collection, which I thought that she was a good choice because this is her last collection for the House of McQueen. She's been with the house since the beginning, back when McQueen was still living and thriving and giving us his vision to the world. So I thought that was a good one. But the one that really struck a nerve with me was Museo Prada and Raf Simons. Now, Raf Simons, you're getting a stray bullet. I don't have a problem with Raf Simons. I think he's a genius. But with all the controversy surrounding Museo Prada and her model casting choices of the early 2000s and finding out that they really didn't want to use black models like that, allegedly, I just thought to nominate her was kind of, it was kind of tone deaf, especially when, you know, the president who just got the job, who just was nominated as president of the CFDA Awards, is a black woman, and her name is, let me see here. I've never heard of her, so hold on, let me look. Oh, I don't have it written down. Where is it? Cassandra Diggs is her name. So I just thought it was a little tone deaf, especially when there's other designers of color. Now, that's not to say that people of color were not winning. Serena Williams, who looked beautiful in Tom Brown, won for Fashion Icon of the Year. I'm glad to see her win. She just had a baby, but listen, tonight she pulled out this look. Honey, I was blown away. I love this look on her. And she just had a baby. Her body is snatched. Also, and there were a couple other people of color that I can't name. There's so many awards that went out that night. But for Designer of the Year, where was Maximilian Davis for Ferragamo? I believe, if memory serves me correctly, he is one of the first designers of color to head an Italian fashion house, if memory serves me correctly, and he's killing it. So why wasn't he nominated? Also, Orange Culture NG, they're a huge brand out of Nigeria. What about them? Like, there's so many other people, and I'm so happy to see a black woman as president, but I just want the people who need the notoriety, who deserve the notoriety, to get their chance. You know what I mean? Anyway, it was a lot of looks on the red carpet. I have my 5 best dressed picked out, and one of them is really going to surprise you. I was so pleasantly surprised by Sweetie's look. Sweetie is wearing Cult Gia. Her nails were just natural and glamorous. It just gave just a subtle glamour. Like they peel back all of Sweetie's layers and just let Sweetie be Sweetie. I thought her hair, her glam, not to mention this dress. It was just a whole vibe, this look. Everything down to the shoes is Cult Gia. I loved this look. I really, really did. Sweetie, you knocked it out the park with this one. And, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Sweetie now, but I will say she knocked this look out the fucking park. And not only that, the dress is so gorgeous. Just the structure of the dress and how it fit her body. I really love that. Also, we have Anne Hathaway in Ralph Lauren Straight Off the Runway. I really thought this was an ode to the early 2000s and the Y2K nostalgia that's just booming right now. I love the way that we take when denim first came about, it was like denim was to work in. It wasn't supposed to be anything glamorous. And the way that we have taken denim into evening wear and even couture is just, I really love this look. It was very all-American and she looked comfortable in it. She looked beautiful and radiant in it. But most importantly, like I said, she looked comfortable. You can tell, even if somebody looks good, you could tell like, ooh, yeah, girl, you look good, but why are you fiending? Like they're always adjusting. So she looked comfortable and effortless glam, all-American glam. I really love this. And it also really fit her personality too, I thought. Third on the best dress list for the CFDA awards, honey, I gotta give it to this fine ass cup of banana pudding, honey, Miss Lala Anthony. Lala Anthony is wearing Saint Sintra. It was giving vintage 1950s Playboy pinup. Her glam was so effortless. I love the chignon with the hair snatched back. Very little accessories, not a whole lot. And I loved just the mane of satin just around her. I really, really love this look as well. Second on my best dress list, I said this before earlier in the show, I have to give it to my girl Serena Williams. I loved this Tom Brown look on her. Not to mention that she just gave birth not too long ago. Her body is snatched, honey. I also love the flats. I loved the dressy flats with the socks, with the high ankle socks. Just a real ode to her historic career. And just, I love this look. I wasn't crazy about the hair with the braid and the strings hanging down. I wasn't crazy about that. I would have loved to see this with maybe a updo or just even a shortcut, maybe like even a bob. I love Serena Williams in a bob. A lot of people joke about Serena Williams and her look, but Serena Williams is a strong black woman. She has fought her way to the top of sports history. It's not about, ooh, my ass is fat, ooh, my neck, ooh. No, it's about her talent. And she is gorgeous. Drop fucking dead gorgeous. She's just not what society deems as to be a beautiful woman, but she absolutely is. And this look knocked it out of the park. If you're gonna be the fashion icon, if you're gonna get the fashion icon award, honey, you better come as a fashion icon. And that's what she did. And listen, my number one best dress, people are going to say, you know, I'm being biased because I'm a huge fan of hers. But listen, Kim Kardashian and Chrome Hearts, honey, dropped fucking jaws. We haven't seen Kim. Kim is out of space right now, especially after divorcing Kanye. I see her dipping into all different areas of fashion and just playing around. And I think she's trying to find her niche right now, especially after splitting up from Kanye and him being such a huge style influence and really bringing her to the forefront. And she says this out of her own mouth, bringing her into the forefront of fashion in a way that she probably couldn't have done by herself. And so I like to see her in different looks, you know, but I haven't been feeling all of them lately. But this one, honey, full leather, bodycon, body hugging tight. I love the subtle ode to the original beauty icon, Pamela Anderson, with a messy updo. I mean, it's a simple black dress, but all the details and all the stitching in this is just insane. I loved all the earrings. We haven't seen Kim this sexy in a long time. Not on the red carpet, maybe in shoots, but not on the red carpet. I absolutely went crazy for this. And I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, that's Kim. Oh, stop hating. Hating hoes ain't happy and happy hoes ain't hating. Remember that. Vital information for your everyday life. Anyway, and also with the designer of the year, it did end up going to Jonathan Anderson, which I do think that he deserves it. As quirky as the clothes may be, and as avant-garde as the clothes may be, the fashion girls and boys are eating it the fuck up, honey. Okay, they're eating it the fuck up. We've seen it on Sex and the City. We've seen it on so many of the fashion girls out here. I think it was, for me, it was either between Matthew Blasey from Bottega Veneta, because I'm going to tell you something about Matthew Blasey from Bottega Veneta. He takes the focus and puts it back on the clothes. It's not about who walks the show. It's not about a big old fancy ad campaign. It is strictly about the clothes. Bottega Veneta doesn't even need a label. When you see Bottega Veneta, you know it's Bottega Veneta. No label. It's that the line and the brands that he has created now that he is at the helm speaks for itself. So it was between those two for me, but honey, with all that stuff going on with Lucia Prada, allegedly, that was just, I didn't like that. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so this bit of news has been out for quite some time now, but I've been meaning to touch on this. Dwight Howard. So it recently came out a couple weeks ago. You know, there's been this ongoing lawsuit between Dwight Howard. Basically, somebody is alleging that he, sexually assaulted them. Rumors have been circulating about Dwight Howard and his sexuality for years. And unfortunately, because of the circumstances of the court filings and the lawsuit, he had to openly admit that, yes, he did meet with this person who was a man. I don't know if they identify as a man or a transgender woman or a cross-dresser, because those are three different things. Okay, folks, follow me. The alleged victim's name is Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty is alleging that there was a third party brought in and she didn't feel comfortable, yada, yada, yada. Dwight Howard, is like, no, that's not what happened. It was consensual. You wanted it to be something that I told you that it wasn't going to be, allegedly, and therefore Miss Kitty got mad. Now, although this is still going on in court, what I don't like is the public harassment and joking about this man's sexuality by the black media. I watched Stephen A. Smith talk about it, and I'm just like, he's like, oh, get it off my screen. I don't want to see it. Oh, it's disgusting. So why the fuck are you talking about it? Stephen A. Smith, you're a sports analyst, correct? Baldy. So why in the fuck are you talking about salacious celebrity gossip? Another person that I saw posting about, talking to him about his sexuality, I don't know how old this interview was, because like I said, this lawsuit and these rumors have been going on for quite some time, was none other than Angela Yee. I had to take a sip on that one. Now, girl, she is, I'm going to tell you something. I personally don't really care for Angela Yee. I see the smoke and mirrors and the public manipulation the web that she sows. And I really didn't like the way she interviewed him when she was asking him about his sexuality. It's kind of like, well, it ain't true, right? It ain't true, right? Right? I mean, I'm just trying to make sure. You ain't gay, are you? No, she didn't say it like that. But she did ask him multiple times, like, are the rumors true? Is it true? Why does it matter? And I saw a lot of people in the comments bashing him. Oh, you need to be real about your sexuality. Who he sleeps with in his bedroom is nobody's business. Excuse me. Who he decides to lay down with and have a little fun with is nobody's business. And it doesn't take away from the fact that he is one of the best defensive players in the NBA of his era. I believe he has won 3 championships, and we're sitting up here talking about this man's sexuality. Is it taking away his ability to be able to play the game? Is it taking away from his talent? And I'm going to say something too, and a lot of people aren't going to like what I'm about to say, but there are certain black women that I saw in the comments, and it's not all black women, it's just certain ones. Not all, just some. Who are saying, you know, oh, I would never, oh, I'm probably going to catch something. Oh, and just really coming down on him about his sexuality. And I see a lot of you girls doing this with a lot of men. These men can't do anything. They can't even eat a banana or a hot dog without somebody, you ain't gay, is you? You ain't no faggot, is you? When women can cross the pond after they've been married, look at Niecy Nash. Niecy Nash is with a whole, I don't know if they refer to themselves because I don't want to, get anybody's pronouns wrong. But her wife or her husband or however her significant other chooses to identify was born female. Nobody said a word. She was married to a man, had children, and after her divorce decided, this is where I want to go. Nobody said anything. So why isn't it okay for a black man to explore his sexuality without having to be bombarded and publicly lynched and shamed for it? And I'm going to tell you something else, ladies. To the ladies that do behave this way when a man's sexuality comes into question, that's a part of the reason why a lot of these men don't respect you. How can you respect somebody and really love somebody and really help and be there for somebody who doesn't even want to talk to you and let you be who you really are? Anyway, Dwight Howard, I got your back. I think it's really fucked up that people are just, now he's done some other things in the news that ain't quite right, that I don't all the way agree with. I know y'all saw that Royce Reed interview with Carlos King on YouTube. We'll talk about that episode 21. I can't get into that right now. But yes, so he's done some things. But publicly lynching him about his sexuality, it's so lame. And the black media is the only ones that are doing it. E! News covered it. It went away like that. TMZ covered it. It went away like that. Our people are the only ones standing on their soapboxes attacking this man. All because of his sexuality. And because he doesn't want to tell you. That motherfucker is a basketball player. He's not a porn star. He ain't got to tell you a goddamn thing. And if a man wants to experiment and suck a little dick and touch a little dick, so what? So what? Is it that serious? As long as the person that he's laying with is an adult and it's consensual, which is, in this case, what's still up for debate and what we really should be talking about. Because what y'all are doing is making light of sexual abuse between two black people in front of the free fucking world. So now, when it really happens to somebody else, who's to say anybody's going to listen to you? Who's to say anybody's going to take it seriously? This whole homophobic thing going on within the black community, y'all really need to cut it out. And I'm going to say it every fucking chance I get as long as it keeps happening. Because it's not right. And it's destroying a lot of these men out here. That's all. Anyway. So, listen, I'm really sad about this next story. I love this next. She is a Hollywood princess, a Hollywood darling. But KeKe, I can't say I didn't see it coming, boo. I can't say I didn't see it coming. So, just a few days ago, it was reported on several blog sites that first it came out that KeKe Palmer, filed for sole custody of her son with, I don't even know what this fool does, Darius Jackson. And then, not even an hour later, I went back and I got an alert, my Google alert, that she had filed a restraining order. After she filed the restraining order, and then it had came out after that that she had gotten sole custody of her and Darius's 8-month-old son. And then Mama Palmer came, well, no, before that. After she won custody, then it came out that the brother came, his older brother, which I don't even know his name, but he was one of the stars on Issa Rae's Insecure. And he has also allegedly had his own physical altercations with his mother of his child, who he met on the set of Insecure, allegedly. And said that, basically alluding that KeKe is a horrible, disgusting human being, perhaps the most disgusting that he's ever came across. Which then sparked Mama Palmer to come out and say, motherfucker, not my baby. And she just let it rip. I think it was on her Twitter. It was either Twitter or Instagram. Mama Palmer let it rip. And anybody that has heard KeKe talk about her mom knows she is not, Mama Palmer is not to be fucked with, okay? She not only, spilled the beans about him allegedly physically abusing KeKe Palmer over their almost 2-year relationship, but she also came with receipts. KeKe, I didn't want this for you, girl. I really didn't. But you know what? KeKe Palmer is young. She's successful. She will make it through this. But what I don't like about it is she was just that one that just never, even if she went through some things, she never did it in this much of a public way. And I never wanted to see this for her. She has managed, I think she's only had like maybe one scandal her whole career. And she's been in the game since she was like 9 years old. And it's something about, and excuse me, I hope nobody says I'm racist or whatever, but it's just something about that red raw dick that'll get your ass. If you, I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's just something about those men that are so pretty like that. They're so insecure, low key, and she's such a big star. I mean, and he is fine now. I think he's handsome. But I do think that he was not prepared to be with the powerhouse that is KeKe Palmer. And, KeKe does have to take some, and I'm sure she is, but there is some responsibility that KeKe has to take because, before she got with him, we were hearing about his brother allegedly doing the same thing to the mother of his child. And I mean, you shouldn't judge people based on what their family do, but it should make you, just do a double take. And now they have that beautiful baby boy together. He tweeted after all of this, "I'll see you soon, baby boy," as if the boy could read it. To the man out here, if you are that insecure, you need to find yourself before you decide to be with a woman, especially if you're going to be with a woman like this. And Darius, whatever kind of career you were trying to carve out for yourself before even getting with KeKe Palmer, because I've seen him here and there at different events and, through the TV and through the internet and all that. But he doesn't really do anything. We don't really know him. So whatever you were trying to build, it's done, honey, because I'm going to tell you something. We don't play about KeKe Palmer. We don't play about KeKe Palmer, and, you're just a coward. You're just a coward. I understand women say stuff. Women might say stuff to get under your skin and do certain things, but there is never any reason for a man to put his hands on a woman. And there is also never any reason for a woman to put her hands on a man. This is just really sad. So we're going to keep on seeing how this plays out. The story is still ongoing. I've been seeing things popping up here and there. And I'm just, prayers for KeKe and her son. I know she'll get through this, but it's just, I'm sure she's embarrassed. You embarrassed the shit out of a girl who has made a whole career for herself without any problems, when you could have just said, "Baby, this ain't for me. I'm walking. I bow out." That's what real men do. Anyway, So, huge congratulations to Missy Elliott. It's been a lot of Black history being made within the music industry these last couple of weeks. Missy Elliott has become the first female rapper to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I couldn't think of anybody else better, especially in this oversexed genre of female hip hop. They completely went against the grain and picked somebody that didn't depend on her sexuality or the way she looked, even though I think Missy Elliott's makeup, the 27 pieces, the clothes, I mean, Missy is a beauty icon. Let's not get it fucked up, even before the weight loss, okay? The hair, the nails, the swag, the music videos. I remember watching like those old making the video episodes on MTV, and her and the legendary music video creator and director David Myers used to create magic with those music videos. And also Hype Williams, I believe, directed a lot of her most iconic music videos, you know, why you all in my grill, you know. And just she set the tone for a whole generation of music. So huge congratulations to her. And also huge congratulations to Tracy Chapman, who had a huge hit back in the day. I can't remember the name of the song. Fuck. I should have did my notes better, but huge congratulations to Tracy Chapman. She became the first Black woman to win Song of the Year at the Country Music Awards. Listen, she has a voice that's one of a kind, and the one song that really took off has carried her name for generations and will continue to carry her name for generations to come. So huge congratulations to both of those ladies. Now, I used to be a huge Nicki Minaj fan, and over time, there's certain behaviors and things that I saw, and I was just kind of like, not my fave. But I will say, Nicki Minaj on the December cover of American Vogue, and none other than Valentino, honey, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning. She talks about her son in the magazine. She is photographed by Norman Jean Roy and styled by Max Ortega. She's wearing, you know, Marc Jacobs. She's wearing Ferragamo by Maximilian Davis. Again, Valentino. I loved this McQueen look. Just a beautiful spread. But Nicki, I'm going to say this to you, girl. Let this be a launching pad for some new, calmer behavior. Keep your husband in check. Keep him off the internet. And just focus on the music. I just really want her to go back to being the just beautiful, talented rap queen that she used to be. Because all of this riffraff that you got going on, and it's not cute. Your status is too high for you to be going through all of that. But beautiful editorial, girl. Anyway. So I have to give a huge shout out to a favorite brand of mine, No Say So. I came upon them on Instagram a couple years ago, and they had made a huge splash during New York Fashion Week last year with their last collection. The collection that caught my attention was during New York Fashion Week during COVID, when they released their, I believe it was called Ghetto Gold, and I've been in love with them ever since. They made a huge comeback at LA Fashion Week a couple weeks ago, and completely shut LA Fashion Week down with this collection called Fenturo Fish. I love the whole just post-apocalyptic meets Edward Scissorhands, just sexy leathers. I love the girl laying on the rotating chair like Frankenstein. Just the whole show was just so beautiful. I loved everything raw, edgy. So huge congratulations to Pia and Autumn for this amazing collection. I can't wait to see what y'all gonna bring next year. It's some sad news this week in fashion, and this is something that I've never seen in my years of, you know, following fashion and being involved the way I am. But a couple of months ago, back in September, Moschino announced that David Renee would take over Moschino for the creative directive role from Jeremy Scott from Moschino. And sadly, at the age of 46, he has passed away. Um, it's really unfortunate. I don't know. There's no details as to what's happened. He's worked for several, brands before, including Gucci. And I believe he worked for Moschino back in the day as well. So I don't know what Moschino's next step is going to be, but I don't even know if he had got a chance to finish his collection that he was going to show. I'm sure it had started, but it's just really sad. And also, please pray for Palestine. And to the people who are, talking about, whatever, all this Israel versus Palestine noise, it really needs to stop. You cannot bully people out of having empathy for dying women and children. Hospitals are being attacked. And I personally will not be bullied into keeping my mouth shut to help certain people push false narratives, lies, and unnecessary agendas to get their way. I will not. Anyway, guys, I just had to keep it real. We keep it real over here. Anyway, guys, ladies, remember, don't be fooled out here by these men, because even dirty niggas wear clean clothes, in the words of Sister Mary Francis. It's been an amazing 20 episodes. Cheers to infinity more. I love you guys for watching. Ciao.